clawing our way out of our graves to bring you your weekly dose of chaos and darkness. I'm Rexy.
And I'm Lillie. And this is the Morning Report.
Hey, mourners. Have you ever wanted to see what it looks like inside? It's what it looks like. I broke Lillie. She's there, but she fell over. Oh, look, I can do a magic trick, I think. Hold on. Can I just, like, vanish?
Oh my god!
That's what I get for dyeing my hair exactly the same color. Hey, look at that. I have a hole through the top of my head, but mostly I have a head now.
Oh my god! So I just opened the camera and she came on, or they came on, and their head was gone. And oh my god, I am crying. Holy crap. Oh my god. I was not ready. Oh. I was like typing something to the chat and now I don't even know anymore. Oh my god, that was glorious. And apparently I was so loud she could hear me without her headphones on.
Yeah, I could hear her over here at the door. Yeah.
I'll stop misgendering you, I promise. I will eventually stop.
You're fine. You're fine. Today's actually a pretty feminine day, so she is good.
Okay. Every time I do it, I'm like, she, they. Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't even think I can look at you for the rest of this broadcast now.
Oh, my face hurts. God, we're only like 2 minutes into recording. My whole face hurts.
Okay. Oh my god. I can't look at you. The hole in your head is killing me.
Hold on. I have an idea. Leo, how come there's two of you?
Oh, Jesus, that's my worst nightmare.
Leo cloned himself.
No! I only accept it when you do it.
Well, I don't know how anybody manages to do it, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, you wanna start with aliens?
Yes.
Me? I sound distorted?
It's because you're cloned, Leo. She doesn't sound bad to me. They don't sound bad to me.
I don't.
I will continue to correct myself, and I'm just gonna keep doing it.
It's fine. I think probably all of the pronouns are fine. Like, you could probably throw any of them out there and I'd be like, yeah, that's good.
And Leo, I'm not reading the title of this article.
Oh, by the way, hi, mourners.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Okay.
7 minutes or something into the show. We are here to talk to you about aliens. Right?
Yes. I'm like, whatever. I'm just here for the ride at this point. Oh
I
my
hope
gosh.
you're here for the reading because I wasn't prepared.
That's about right for us, though. That's about right. You know, the sisterhood is like this well-organized, well-oiled train. It seems to be. And then there's us, and we're just like, whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I would love to be a well-oiled train, but that's not what people signed up for here. So
it is not. You know, the reason we are a whale-oiled whale. We're whales. By the way, did you see Ahsoka?
Did I? How many?
Yeah.
There's been 4, right?
Yeah. Have
Yes,
you seen
I
it?
did, and I cried. I sobbed.
Oh my god, they're so big. They're so big.
So big.
I think that was episode 3. I stood up and I was just like screaming at the TV. The Virgos!
I miss you so freaking much. It's not even funny.
I miss you too. Come back. I'm busy.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, the reason we are a well-oiled machine is because the other half of the sisterhood is Denise.
Yeah.
And she is like organized and on top of shit and like, yeah. No, Leo, they're smiley faces.
Oh, upside down.
The only swinging I'm available for at the moment would be on a swing set in the backyard.
Right after she plays some hopscotch.
Right after some hopscotch. All right. I'm gonna close the door because at any minute it's gonna be
Nova. I miss her. I had a dream about her the other day.
Aw, did you?
I had a dream she was running, like, it was just me and her. I don't know why you weren't there. I don't know.
She came to visit you.
But I kidnapped her dog.
It happened.
She was just like, she was huge. I mean, she was like monstrous. And she was
like
just
Clifford the big red dog.
Clifford the big red, you know. And she was just running through a field of wildflowers, just having the time of her life.
Aww. That makes me really happy.
And I was like, oh, look at her go.
Look how big she is.
I was like,
it.
why did I make her so big? And I was like, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's cool.
Okay.
Because she's an alien.
All right. So, we want to talk about aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, no shit, I'm reading. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you're reading. Tell me about aliens.
I'm gonna get my shit together here soon. Okay.
Don't lie to people.
I'm not. I'm sorry. It was like, you left and it was just me and like the audience, and I was like, hey, how's everybody doing? And then it was like dead silent.
Because we don't actually have an audience.
Because nobody could talk back.
Nobody
like,
can talk back.
It's like that makes whatever. So, aliens. I would love to give you guys a title that like explains what's about to happen. But Leo didn't give me a title that's explained what's about to happen. So I have no idea what we're in for right now. None whatsoever. All I know is that on July 20th...
No, read the title! I'm dying to know what it says.
No, I'm not.
Please. Please. What does it say? The fact that you don't want to read it makes me want you to read it so much more.
Well, the title explains nothing.
Leo says that the title explains everything.
The title of this article is Get a Bucket and a Mop. That's some UAP. That's some UAP. And I'm assuming that if I wanted to go with the song lyrics, it would be UAP.
UAP.
That's some UAP. That's some UAP.
Yep.
That explains nothing to me. Nothing whatsoever.
It doesn't. It does not explain a goddamn thing. Did it crash into the ocean?
Is it dirty? Like, do I need to go? Am I going to be an alien housekeeper? Like, what are we going to talk about today? Nobody knows.
You're going to get abducted into the aliens' undersea spaceship so that we can clean their spaceship for them.
So, anyway, so this all happened this year, right? Like, this was this year? Is that why we're talking about it? Because it was recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so in July, thank you, Leo, you were slow. So in July, Congress held a UFO hearing. during that hearing, 4 witnesses testified on their experiences with UFOs. 3 who saw or were told firsthand accounts of UFOs while in the military, and 1 who is an investigative journalist of unusual phenomena. That's the only way to say that word. You can't say it any other way. So,
the title of this episode is going to be Get a Bucket and a Mop.
Well, first of all, it started with me crying laughing. So, you're going to need it there.
Yep.
The title then made you almost cry laugh.
So we're going to need it again.
So, I guess it's suitable. Suitable sort of. All right. So, of these 4 witnesses, I don't know. I'm like in elementary school mode here. Like these 4 witnesses.
7.
Was a Navy pilot named Ryan Graves. Graves spent about 11 years in the Navy flying F-18s and was also a flight instructor. Between the summer of 2014 and March 2015, Graves was aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt. During that time, F-18 Super Hornets did training exercises off the East Coast from Virginia to Florida, and they saw UFOs on a nearly daily basis, according to Graves.
What happened?
Like this one spot behind me keeps getting caught without the green screen, and it like the shape was like a squid, so I was very confused. It's been a really long time since we've recorded, and I think I'm out of practice at this point.
It actually has. I don't think we've recorded in a month, right? Didn't we take like a month off?
Oh God, I'm stuck. Yeah, something like that. Well, I'm in the process of like cleaning out my bedroom, and so there's a whole bunch of stuff piled up around the desk, and so my chair can't move all that much. So I'm just kind of like right now I'm facing the wall when I should be facing the computer. All right.
I need to do that.
So these sightings that Graves said happened were made with surveillance technology and with people's own eyeballs. There was even an incident where an F-18 almost collided with one of these unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAP. This new term covers everything unidentified, whether it be in the air, in the space, or underwater.
Okay.
Graves' unit would go on to record one of the objects flying over the water with an infrared camera. Shut up, Leo. I know what I said.
In the space. That's the name of the episode. In the space.
Wow, my throat is dry. All right, getting it together.
I feel like I'm very nasally because my nose doesn't work at all.
Right?
Currently.
Like just all right here.
Yep.
So, okay. Graves's unit went on to record one of the objects flying over the water with an infrared camera. Another time, 2 aircraft from Graves's squadron were flying side by side, and an object that's described as a dark gray or black cube inside a clear sphere flew right between their aircraft.
Wow. Okay. As far as I know, we don't have anything that looks like a cube, right?
Not with a sphere inside of it. Another witness, David Fravor, is a retired Navy commander in Top Gun grad. He had a
I only sang 2 words.
I know. I knew what you were doing. I knew the minute I saw it. I was like, this is not going to end well.
Got to.
So David Fravor had a UAP encounter in 2004 when he was serving on the USS Nimitz, flying with his own squadron of Super Hornets. On a training flight off the coast of Southern California with his wingwoman, retired Lieutenant Commander Alex Dietrich, the USS Princeton saw something weird popping up on its radar. an object dropping from 80,000 feet to sea level in less than a second. So they went to investigate. The super... Ooh, that's a major typo. Leo, edit your work, please, because
What is... Now you have to say it. You have to.
Instead of the super hornet, he typed the super horny. No, hold on. Let me read the whole sentence. No, and it's called the Super Horny Squadron.
That's the name of the episode. The Super Horny Squadron.
Oh my god.
That's the name of our Patreon when it comes out. The Super Horny Squadron.
That's the name of our freaking rock band.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Leo, I hate you. I don't know. Okay. The Super Hornet Squadron arrived at the object's coordinates and discovered what has become known as the Tic Tac. It was a little smaller than an F-18, and just for reference, an F-18 is 60 feet long and 45 feet wide. And the Tic Tac was oval-shaped like the Tic Tac, without any kind of markings, wings, or known flight apparatus like propellers, helicopter blades, or visible evidence of engines. They watched this thing fly around for about 5 minutes. When Fravor tried to get closer to the aircraft, the Tic Tac sped up to maintain distance, and Fravor tried again and again to close distance, but eventually the UAP flew off at hypersonic speed, appearing 60 miles away on radar less than a minute later. Fravor said the aircraft had flight capabilities that we don't currently have, and probably won't have for at least another 20 years. And the maneuvers the Big Pill made would absolutely obliterate a human pilot's body. Only Fravor testified at this hearing, but both Fravor and Dietrich have talked to various media outlets about their experience. At the hearing, Fravor and Graves seemed to agree that our aircraft wouldn't stand a chance against the unknown technology that they both witnessed.
What do we do with that? Like, I mean, that's really fucking. I want to be friends with the cool technology people, aliens, creatures. How do we get them? How do we get them to come here? And
They're
be our
here.
friends?
They're here. I don't know if they want to be
Nope.
our friends, but they're here.
Nope.
Obviously, they're here.
Like beyond just these couple of. They're like here, or they're just like popping in and out.
I don't know. I think popping in and out might be more terrifying than them just taking up space forever.
Maybe, huh?
So the third witness was George Knapp, and he's an investigative journalist, conspiracy theorist, and talk radio host. He is most well known for investigating UFOs and hosting the paranormal radio show Coast to Coast AM. He broke the story of Bob Lazar in 1989, who claimed to have worked on UFOs in Area 51 in the late 80s. At the hearing, he submitted a written statement claiming that he went to Russia in 1993 to investigate UFO experiences in the Soviet Union. He claims there were 45 encounters reported by the Soviet military over 70 years, and that Soviet aircraft were shot down 3 times by alien technology, killing 2 pilots.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah. Knapp also heard that UFOs once appeared over a Soviet missile launch site in Ukraine and remotely took control of and fired up the nuclear warheads that were pointed at the United States. That sounds like a real convenient cover-up. It wasn't us. It wasn't us.
It was the aliens. It was definitely the aliens.
I wonder if they'll use that excuse for the takeover of the Ukraine. Or the...
It was aliens.
It was aliens. It wasn't me. I didn't
Definitely aliens.
Launch codes were decoded and entered, and the base was powerless to stop what was looking like the start of World War III. And then, just as suddenly, the UFOs disappeared and the launch was shut down. Convenient. In the same vein, in 2010, U.S. Air Force officers came forward saying they had ICBMs go offline after mysterious red lights were seen in the sky near nuclear launch pads in 1966 and 67 in Montana and North Dakota.
So way out there, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Which is where you would expect our warheads to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the last witness was David Grush. Grush served 14 years as an intelligence officer in the U.S. Air Force and National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, as well as 2 Pentagon task forces investigating UAP until earlier this year. Grush
did he quit? Or did, oh, sorry.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Did he quit, Leo?
Did he get fired or did he quit?
Did the aliens push the buttons to fire him? What happened?
Right.
He got kicked out.
Kicked out! Oh, for talking?
Ooh. You know what? If the FBI shows up after we release this episode, I'm pointing all the fingers at Leo.
Listen, we're just talking about shit that people have already talked about hundreds of times before us.
It was Leo's fault.
He wrote the story. We're just reading it.
Yeah, that's my job. I just read.
Following orders from you too. Hey, I have an idea. Daryl's not here. Let's blame him.
Daryl. It was Daryl's fault.
It was Daryl. Daryl gave us the idea to talk about aliens. I actually think it was me. So.
I think it was too.
I think it was my idea. Pretty sure I asked for this story. Listen, all the bad ideas can typically be followed back to right here.
There's usually a little bit of a trail of me trying to convince them not to, and then going, you know what? Fuck it, I'm bored. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Okay, aliens.
All right. So Grush testified that he was asked in 2019 by the head of one of those task forces to identify the highly classified programs dealing with UAPs. He admits that he has not personally seen any evidence of UAP himself, but has been told of disturbing things that made him come forward in 2022 as a whistleblower. Grush claims he was told by over 40 intelligence and military personnel of a secret multi-decade program to recover and reverse engineer crashed UFOs. He is quoted as saying, "My testimony is based on information I have been given by individuals with a long-standing track record of legitimacy and service to this country, many of whom also shared compelling evidence in the form of photography, official documentation, and classified oral testimony."
Why? Like legitimately, this actual question, not sarcastic.
Okay. So Grush said all of that, and he said that he was denied access to these programs when he requested it and accused the military of misappropriating funds to hide these programs from Congress. He claimed to have read reports of the Italian government recovering a non-human spacecraft in 1933. Side note, the fascist Benito Mussolini was the dictator in Italy in 1933. And some say he witnessed this advanced aircraft himself and thought at first it was technology that belonged to and was being hidden by the Germans, which is why why some say he decided to side with Hitler during World War II.
Huh.
So
What is the, legitimately, what is the, yes, Leo, thank you. Legitimately, what is the reason behind hiding or, keeping aliens or unidentified craft a secret from either other members of the government or from the public?
I
Is
have
it
read.
mass hysteria.
Yes.
Oh.
I have read that if it was, and if they came out and were like, we have aliens, here's proof, like Americans especially would freak out.
Oh. Okay.
Because we've been conditioned by movies and media that they are these scary bad things. I don't know if the rest of the world necessarily views them that way, but I know that that's us.
Okay.
Like, not all of us are
that makes sense.
Not all of us have space for brains, Rex.
That's, yeah.
Don't take it. This episode is just gonna be like an hour and a half of just, let's listen to the girls giggle forever. Yeah. Not listen to a word they say.
No. They're just being ridiculous. Okay, and Leo says an American thinker on top of the food chain, and knowing that was wrong would fuck us up. Oh, it sucks. I guess I know enough people who would be excited and interested and curious and welcoming, but like, there's a lot of people, I guess, who would just, it would be bananas, huh?
Yeah. I don't even know how I would react, to be honest.
Like, if they were friendly, I'd be really excited. I mean, if they showed up and they were like, you're all fucked, I'd be pretty scared. But...
I don't know. I think, well, I'm not worried about Independence Day. I'm worried about, like, Mars attacks.
I've never seen that.
You know what? End this right now and go watch it. This doesn't even matter anymore.
Okay. I'll watch it tonight with dinner.
Go watch it. It is one of the greatest movies ever.
Let me message Eric and see if he has it.
And it is
watch it with dinner.
Totally like so a you movie. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Like, it hurts my feelings when and now I know how Steve feels when he's like, you haven't seen this movie? Because now I'm like, you human being have not seen Mars Attacks. That like blows my mind.
Leo says, get stratospherically high.
That would be glorious.
Really? Okay.
Yes. But I feel like you should watch it first regular, like just to like understand it and like get it. Or watch it high first, but then you have to at some point watch it sober.
Okay.
I don't care the order there.
But watch it twice.
You have to watch it twice. If you're gonna watch it high, watch it twice.
Okay.
Okay. So aliens scared Mussolini into being on Hitler's side. Got it.
Okay.
Grush also said that the Vatican and the Pope, which would have been Pope Pius the 12th, helped Mussolini cover up the UFO crash, and that the Pope had given custody of the craft to the United States in 1944 or 45.
He had custody? Did I miss that? It crashed into the Vatican?
No, I think it just crashed into Italy, and the Vatican was like, well, we'll just...
This is ours now.
Yeah. And then we're just going to give it to the United States.
All right. We don't want people freaking out about it.
I know the Vatican is in Italy. I don't think they knew the Vatican was in Italy, but I did. And I love that we're having a full conversation with Leo that nobody else could see.
I know it's in Italy, but I was wondering if it like specifically had crashed into the Vatican.
Do you know the odds of crashing into the Vatican? The Vatican is like this
pretty
big.
Small, right? Like, do we know how big the Vatican is? Like, how much?
No, I don't off the top of my head.
Leo, can you let us know how big? Like, give it to me in something that I can. You know, how many bananas big is the Vatican?
I need to know because that's a T-shirt. Holy crap!
The Vatican is 7,051 bananas big.
How many bananas is the Vatican? 475,366 bananas large. So almost 500,000 bananas.
Please add that to the merch list. How many bananas is the Vatican?
Just gonna say Vatican bananas, and we're gonna be really confused when we come back to it.
face hurts. My tummy hurts.
Bananas. Okay. I had to do the song to learn how to spell bananas.
Bananas.
All right. So, Grush also said he'd interviewed
Vatican Bananas by Gwen Stefani. Leo, is that an accurate number or a member? And I guess I thought bananas. Is that an accurate number? 475,366 bananas. I thought it was an eggplant that's usually in place of a member.
Oh, Lord.
Eggplant, banana. You know.
And there's the left turn for this episode. Aliens, Vatican, bananas, members, left turn.
Eggplant.
The Vatican is 100 acres large, FYI.
Oh, okay. So how many bananas fit into an acre?
Rex, stay on track. You're gonna edit a lot of this out anyway, so I think we'll be fine on time.
I might not. This is hilarious. I might just leave it.
The first unedited episode. Okay, shh. I'm gonna start pulling out like pre-K focusing techniques. Eyes on me. Okay, I don't even know where I was anymore. Okay. Grush also said he'd interviewed officials who had direct knowledge of aircraft with non-human origin that remains of non-human biologics had been recovered in some, and he knew exact locations of these aircrafts. He claimed that the craft is not necessarily extraterrestrial, but it could be from a higher dimension that is also located on Earth. He claimed that he was told that some of these vehicles may be football field sized and that a private defense contractor in the United States is currently storing a UFO. He said, "We've seen UAPs probing nuclear weapon storage," though he couldn't say whether UFOs had ever harmed anyone since it would reveal classified US operations. Grush was told there had been events where personnel were harmed and even killed to keep the retrieval program a secret. He said he would reveal sources and name names, both cooperative and hostile, that Congress should investigate, of course, behind closed doors. So far, the Pentagon is blocking Congress from setting up these meetings with Grush because he has since been removed from security clearance, so he's not allowed to divulge or have access to that information anymore.
Because he talked about it, right? So they're just like covering up or kicking out everybody who knows anything.
I'm just saying, if there's not military NDAs, I don't see the problem here.
Or maybe there is? I don't. I want to mention that Leo says the Vatican's underground library is 53 miles long. Like, I want to see that library. That sounds incredible.
It does sound incredible.
And you gotta, like, take a tent to get through it, right? Like, you gotta, like, camp. Trying to get down to the...
I mean, because, yeah, I could walk. I mean, 53, that's like 2 marathons.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. I mean, that's
I'm pretty sure I'm not walking more than probably 15 miles in a stretch.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take me a couple of days.
So, Grush claimed he and other colleagues had been retaliated against within the intelligence community since he first filed a complaint on the cover-up in 2021. He said he's been harassed and intimidated by intelligence officials, including having his house broken into. Medical records showing he'd been committed for his mental health and substance abuse were reported since the hearing, and his credibility is now being questioned because usually you don't get to keep your high security clearance having mental health issues.
Or they're just saying all of that to discredit him and to make everybody be like, don't pay attention, he's crazy.
A former colleague of Grush was shocked that he kept his security clearance, saying that Grush's superiors absolutely knew about his struggles, but apparently weren't bothered by it.
Another insertion about the library. Leo says if you're a postgraduate student, you can get a 3-month pass to research everything in the library.
Huh.
I wonder if that means the library itself. Because there's some, like, hidden passageways and secret tunnels that are leading to shit they don't want anybody to know.
It's also the Vatican, because it's not online.
Right, they're like books and scrolls, right?
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is so old. Like, I want to see it. It's really cool.
All right, so we're going to get into some military UFO investigations. The Air Force has been investigating UFOs since 1947 after the widely publicized Roswell incident and another incident of the same year where aviator Kenneth Arnold saw 9 unusual flying objects in tandem past Mount Rainier in Washington. His descriptions of the UFOs are what led the term flying saucer being coined. Tying back to the claims of UFOs at nuclear sites, a Navy fighter pilot claimed to see a UFO resembling an orange fireball in 1945 near the Hanford, Washington nuclear site. From 1952 to 1969, the Air Force's Project Blue Book investigated UFOs headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Out of 12,000 reported sightings, they found 700 that couldn't be explained. The project's... That's a lot.
700?
That's a lot. Like, yeah, that's... I could do the math and I don't want to.
Also, I have another question. How come there were so many sightings and reportings and all of this, like, back then, but, like, now, there's not? Or are there and I just am not on the right part of the internet to see them?
So, nobody reports them anymore. And if they do, it's shut down real fast. Because, again, of that mass hysteria.
Okay.
But if you, like... So there's a TV show that the kids love called Paranormal Caught on Camera. It's on Discovery. And it's people's home footage of cryptids, ghosts, aliens, all of that stuff. And some of the alien videos are very convincing.
Really?
So I necessarily wouldn't immediately think fake, but if these were reported and looked into, you know,
people could freak out. So they're just like, oh, they're crazy. Don't listen
like,
to
whatever.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Leo did the math. 1,580,000 bananas can fit the area of the Vatican. The Vatican is 1,580,000 bananas big.
Okay.
I needed that. I needed to know. Thank you.
So, I'm just going to keep going because we got to get through this. So, Project Blue Book stopped in 1969 after determining UFOs weren't a national security threat, but conspiracy theories have popped up around the fact that the findings weren't declassified for another 10 years. Chief among them that some of the alien aircraft that Grush talked about are being stored in Ohio at Wright-Patterson. For the Pentagon's part, it's been officially investigating UFOs since 2007. Since then, it has combed through over 800 reports, claiming 144 of those are without a satisfying explanation so far. And 80 of those 144 were sightings with multiple witnesses and data to back them up. Since the hearing, the Pentagon has denied any kind of extraterrestrial retrieval or reverse engineering program, along with General Mark Miley, who is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. NASA now has something to say, has said they don't have evidence of extraterrestrials, and while they didn't shoot down the existence of unexplainable anomalies, they believe those also aren't alien. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, a physicist and intelligence officer who leads the UFO investigation office at the Pentagon, called Grush's accusations of covering up the truth insulting to the officers who have risked their careers to seek the truth. Of course, this all really boils down to who is allowed to be in the loop and who can handle the truth.
So if we think that you might lose your shit, you don't get to know.
Right?
Which
like us.
Makes sense.
We wouldn't get to know.
Yeah.
They're going to look at us
I want
and
to
be like,
know.
You guys don't.
They're going to lose their shit. Not in the way we're afraid of, but like... better. I couldn't, like... You screamed and we couldn't see that it was Steve there. You were just screaming and staring off into nothing.
Okay, so...
You want to, like, lock the door?
No, I'm fine. I just expected him to, like, come in this way, like, from my side, so that I could see him, because he knows that happens.
Right, and not, yeah.
He did. He came in from behind.
Just, like, emerged from the woods, yeah.
Okay. So, interestingly enough, when the UFO investigation was started at the Pentagon in 2007 by Senator Harry Reid of Nevada, there are claims that the Pentagon was not privy to the truth of what the investigation program was actually doing. Some claim, in addition to looking for UFOs, the owner of a little place called Skinwalker Ranch got funding to look for UFOs through the program. The owner, billionaire Robert Bigelow, and Senator Harry Reid were introduced over their shared interest in UFOs by a mutual friend. Our investigative journalist from the hearing, George Knapp, who's also very interested in what's happening on Skinwalker Ranch. They say they used the money to look for UFOs, sure, but some reports show they also looked for ghosts, underground anomalies, werewolves, monster owls, and of course, skinwalkers. In their search, they claim to have once seen a half-beaver, half-dinosaur creature. Side note, there were actually giant beavers in North America from 2.8 million years ago, possibly up to only 75,000 years ago.
Like, how big are we talking? How big was a giant beaver? Leo, how big was a giant prehistoric beaver? And how many bananas big was this giant prehistoric beaver?
Everything's gonna be measured in bananas now.
Yeah. We made a file at work that is a banana, and inside of it, it says banana for scale.
I love that. So, but I'm going to finish this while he tries to do his thing. They say that moose are the last of the North American megafauna before they went extinct. But maybe we have other species that made the cut.
Wow, so moose are a holdover? Moose are
a holdover.
Prehistoric?
There's no reason for them to be that big. Other than they're just stubborn and didn't want to shrink.
Okay, if that isn't a moose to a T, they're stubborn and didn't want to shrink. Yeah.
So, the Skinwalker Ranch project ran from 2009 to 2012. The Pentagon had no real idea about this project until they shut it down in 2012 and gave $22 million for the research being done. Obviously, some skeptics say the research was just dicking around on the government dime. Not sure if the current Skinwalker Ranch show on Netflix has any real ties to this project, but it seems like the show may have picked up where the Pentagon project left off. If you haven't watched this show, you need to. It's really good. The guy who claimed to be the director of this project, Louis Elizondo, went on to hunt UFOs with none other than Tom DeLonge of Blink-182. But that's a tale for another time. But DeLonge story short, this hearing only brought up more questions than answers.
No.
I hate you, Leo. That's two really awful puns that I had to say today.
I want to share a picture of this giant beaver because Leo sent a picture.
Ooh. There we go. Hold on.
Hey, there we go. Ooh, it's got like spikes on its tail and spikes on its back.
I don't like it.
It looks like it's got kind of a beak too, right? Like, oh no,
that might just be its teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of like a turtle, snapping turtle beak, but that's probably just teeth. Stegosaurus beaver. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think he's cool. It's a metal beaver. Hard rock beaver.
Well, that's all I've got on aliens.
You're
still here.
A lot.
Thanks for sticking around.
This was a pretty chaotic episode, and we had fun. We hope you had fun. This is what happens when we don't see each other for a month.
I know. But we had a nice little, like, stockpile.
Yeah, and it was nice to have a break. Like, I miss getting together and just, like, getting to hang out with you every month, but it was really nice to have a break.
Yeah, it really was. It was nice to adjust to school. I
Yep.
see you got your little shoppy thing up and running. You were given a lot of time, and I don't feel bad about it at all. We're back.
Yeah, it was really good. Yes, and we're back, and we didn't drop any. So, yeah.
What is going on? Why?
Being abducted. That's all I can. You're being abducted.
No, I don't like it. It must be time. I gotta go.
So yeah, that's what we have on the hearing stuff. For anybody who's been following the hearing or not following, now you got the Cliff Notes at least. And I'm very curious to know how come all of a sudden they were like, yeah, we can tell people. Like, does that mean they're trying to distract us from some other thing that they don't want to tell us?
What's about to happen?
Right? How come we can know now?
Because they're like, hey, look, aliens. What's gonna happen in the next few years?
Right? Yeah, that was fun. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Good job writing that, Leo. That was fun. I want to mention too, though, just we are recording on the 22nd anniversary of the tragedy of 9/11, and I just think it's important to mention a thing, you know, like it's getting far enough back that there are a lot of people who don't remember it happening.
It's getting far enough back. It's getting far enough back that my 8-year-old came home from school today and was like, do you know what happened on September 11th? And I was like, yeah, I was alive.
Right. Yeah, there's people now weren't born.
And
or they
she
were
was
so
like,
young.
what? You were alive? And I was like, I was in 7th grade, you asshole.
I was in 10th grade. I was sitting in my, freshman? Can't remember. And I'm 10th grade, in my sophomore English class. And it was like, all of a sudden, somebody from the office came like running down the hall telling all of the teachers, turn your TVs on. Like,
so I was in 7th grade. I walked into my science class. Somebody said, oh my God, they're attacking the towers. And I, in all my infinite wisdom, had no fucking idea what the World Trade Center was.
what does that mean?
I don't know what that means. And then my science teacher, God bless his soul, put on the news for a bunch of 7th graders. And we watched the second tower get hit and fall.
It was, yeah. It's one of those things that like a whole generation of us were like in school, right? When it happened, like almost every one of my friends that I've talked to were like, oh yeah, I was sitting in this class. I was in this class. And it's like, it's a thing, like it didn't physically impact a lot of us. A lot of us lost people in the flights and the attacks, people who were at work. But as a country, it was a very shared trauma, and it was a very shared devastation. And we were all at school. We weren't,
right?
We weren't with the people who would be able to explain. I know a lot of us got phone calls. Like, I have an aunt who was working at the Pentagon, and my mom called, you know, like, as soon as she got word from her, she called to tell me, like, hey, she's okay, you know. But there were a lot of us who were getting phone calls, you know, like getting pulled out of class. Hey, somebody's coming to pick you up, you know. And
yeah,
I didn't want to let the day pass without saying something about it. Like, you know, 22 years, yes, it didn't happen yesterday, but it is a thing that happened. And I started off, I want to make a recommendation. I started off the day listening to an episode of National Park After Dark where they were talking about the story of Flight 93 and the people on that airplane. Like, I've been, I don't know the right word, but I've been really, I really love their story, I guess. I don't think that's the right way to say it, but I know a better way to say it. But they were so heroic. Like, there were no survivors on that plane.
No.
Every single person died. but they saved thousands of people because that fourth plane should have gone into another building, right? Like it was meant
I don't
to be
know where
flown
they
into.
said it was going, but
It was either supposed to be the Capitol or the Capitol building or the White House.
yeah, I think that was it.
But you know, like their plane got delayed. They had a little bit of extra time. They were able to get phone calls out. And there's transcriptions you can read, you can listen to the phone calls these people made. And the one that I think sticks with everybody was, his name was Todd Beamer, I believe. Todd Beamer. And he's the let's roll guy. He's the one who actually, like, he snuck into a closet and was able to get a call out to a dispatcher and say, hey, we have a situation. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
We're not probably going to make it out of here. Call my wife, call my family. She happened to have the same name as his wife. His wife was pregnant. She was 3 months pregnant. They had kids. And that, like, I just think that their story needs to be told. It needs to not be forgotten. We need to not be so desensitized that we forget these were people. These were a lot of people who took very heroic action and saved thousands of people's lives.
Well, like, and for our generation, like, 9/11 was like the beginning of all the crap that we've gone through. And I'm not saying that it's crap, but it was 9/11. I mean, not really. We started with Y2K and then 9/11.
Oh,
and
you're right.
Like,
there was also Desert Storm.
I feel like there's been so much shit that has happened in our lifetime that I'm just like, can this just be cool for a minute? Like, can we not do the aliens thing until later?
Nope, right now. I was reading something not long ago, and I don't remember all of the article, but it was talking about how, like, our generation has gone through non-stop once-in-a-lifetime events. Like, we've had so many once-in-a-lifetime events that we're almost not shocked anymore when they come. We're just like, of course this happened.
Yeah.
What do we have to do to get through this thing now?
Like, and I mean, I'm not saying the 1920s flu pandemic, the Great Depression, World War II, like, all of that was huge, but, like, we didn't live through that, so, like,
right.
I can't really be like,
Yeah.
But it's just one thing after another, and it has to be how those same people back then felt. Just ridiculous.
Right, like overwhelmed and stressed out, and also to the point where it's just like,
I don't care anymore. If there's aliens, just go ahead and bring them back.
Like, all right, we'll deal with it, But yep. But I just wanted to bring attention to that. We are recording on the day. It obviously won't come out for a couple of days, but yeah.
I'm like purple and then green and then purple and then kind of, I don't know. I'm done. I'm out.
I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, this has been the Morning Report.
The Morning Report. I'm just so green.
You're very green.
Like